and welcome to the Scholar Progenium. Today we've got another exciting bolt action battle report for you, or should I say battle reports, because today we thought we'd have a little bit of an accumulator campaign. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, today we thought we'd have a little bit of fun, do something a little bit different. After I played at the Warlord HQ tournament with the 750 point list, we had a fair few comments saying, oh, we want to see more of this. So we thought, how can we put this into one of our Sunday battle reports? So we thought, hey, let's mix things up a bit. We're going to start off with two lists of 500 points each, play a quick battle on a 4x4 table, then add another 250 points, take it up to 750, have another little game on a 4x4 battle, and then a 4x4 table, and then take it all the way up to 1,000, expand the table to your classic 6x4 setup, and have a grand finale. So fingers crossed we'll get through it all, but we're certainly going to have a lot of fun. Maybe we'll end up splitting into two episodes. We'll have to see how things pan out. So stay tuned and find out how things roll. Now I think let's just get stuck straight into the lists. What have we brought for our initial 500 points each? And we've got Soviets versus Partisans, just some anti-Soviet rebels, anti-communist rebels maybe, fighting...
Some pig dogs.
Yeah, fighting against some pig dogs. Now let's have a look at JP's list first of all. So your Red Army, what have you got for us today?
So leading the army is just a regular officer, and standing next to him I've gone for a commissar. So I've also got a 10-man inexperienced rifle squad, just for a bit of fluff. I've then got two squads of 8 regulars, both with an LMG. I have an anti-tank rifle, and then the little mobile bit of the force, 6-man SMG squad, regular again in a T20 regular.
Facing off against the Red Army today, we've got the Partisans, 1 rifle platoon so far, 8 dice, and it's 3 points under, so 497. Now, very straightforward. We've got a regular platoon commander with a friend. They've both got an SMG, and we've got 2 squads of 5 veterans loaded to the nines, all of them with SMGs, in a regular truck. Rounding out the infantry, we have a 5-man regular squad with an LMG in there, the rest rifles. And then we've got 9 cavalry, all regular, but they are all tough fighters as long as they're mounted, but just 6-inch range with those carbines. However, if they dismount, then they go up to normal rifle range. And finally, rounding out the list, just a little bit of anti-tank, just in case. It's a bazooka in a regular car. Okay guys, so we're randomising the missions as we go, but it's always fun to craft a little bit of a narrative, of course, and I'm really liking the way the deployment's fallen here. It seems obvious to me that the Partisans have a little camp in this abbey, this ruined abbey out in the middle of nowhere, and the Russians maybe have spotted them with a plane flying overhead, and they've sent in an anti-partisan patrol. So the Russians are moving with squads on each flank to try and pincer and surround the partisan camp, which we'll get to in a second. He's got a squad of inexperienced, led of course by a commissar. And he's also got his regulars with SMGs and his T20 over on the left. And then over on the right, we have 2 squads of regs, both with LMGs, led by a platoon commander. And there's a sniper backing those guys up as well. Oh, and the anti-tank rifle, of course. Now let's go have a look at the partisan camp and see why he's set up in this way. So if we take a look at the partisan camp, they've got a 5-man squad with an LMG just on guard duty in a bit of hard cover looking down the road. We've got our cavalry in the centre, surrounded by our vehicles on the edges of the camp. So I've got my truck and cav ready to dash around this side of the abbey towards the road here and this hard cover that JP's got his forces in. But the Soviets are waiting for me with loads of LMGs and an anti-tank rifle. So it's going to be a bit of a charge of the light brigade. We'll have to see how we can do. Overall, we're scoring points very straightforward. We've rolled for land grab here. So in terms of scoring, it's 1 point per kill. It's 1 point per unit that is in the neutral table quarters, so this section of road here, and the front grounds of the Abbey over there. And then it's 3 points for every unit in your opponent's table quarter at the end of the game. We're just going to play to 6 turns, keep things snappy. So we've had a couple of initial dice already. Turn 1, JP managing to get an anti-tank rifle team and a Soviet squad onto ambush over here. And I've advanced forward my car with bazooka team up to the edge of the Abbey walls over there. And now I've also decided, heck, why not just go for a rush on him before he gets any more units on ambush. So I brought my cav round initially, try and bait him out to shoot at them, but he decides to hold fire for that truck. I decided to try and run the truck, but I couldn't quite make it behind the obscuring woodland there, so I'm stuck in the open. And now JP's got a fair bit of ambushing fire coming in at me, so things didn't quite pan out as we like to plan, but heck, that's partisan organisation for you. Let's see what JP rolls. So he's going to pop a shot with that anti-tank rifle team into the truck, and he gets the hit he needs on a 6. Now to roll to damage, and he gets a 5 going straight through the grill of that truck. See if he blows it up. And with a 4, yeah, that truck is lit up. That's just what he needs. Now he's got to roll for casualties on the men inside as they clamber out of the burning truck. And on the officer squad, he gets 3 hits there. He's regular, might survive, but no, he's just cut down. Can't make it out of the truck in time. The next veteran squad takes 3 hits, but no casualties there. And the final veteran squad, again, just 2 hits and no casualties here. So the veterans successfully make it out of their transport, with the officer urging his men to leave him behind. And with that opening shot, knocking out the truck, killing the officer, 2 dice out already. The partisans clamber out and hide behind this bit of dense cover here. So the battle commences.
Okay.
Under the steely glare of the commissar, the conscripts advance through the gate in the bocage, and they're going to put some shots over into the partisan regulars on guard duty. Shots on 6s here.
Gets the pin.
That's the pin, nice. The only regs. Gets a wound.
4 up, cover safe for the wall.
No, one's down. Hilariously, the partisan regulars, having taken fire, the first whiff of danger, they foobar and run off the board. Bloomin' heck. With the forces on the left flank dealt with, the T-20 pushes its way through the bocage. It's going to fire 2 shots from its LMG over at the cavalry squad.
Gets a hit.
Nice. Nothing to wound.
Just a pin.
Partisan officer calls a snap to repositions one of his squads, puts another on ambush ready to defend against the cavalry charge that's coming at the start of next turn. This squad has hopped the wall onto the road, and they're going to shoot across at the cav squad in good order. That's great burst. It's 5 still, isn't it?
Yeah, 5 to hit. 4 to kill.
Yeah, cover. Is it hard? You got warm?
Possibly, yeah.
Oh, failed all 4.
Wow.
The partisan bazooka team hops out of their car and sets up position behind the wall looking down the road. They're going to pop a shot over at this T-20 here, although it will be getting soft cover from a bit of tree that's obscuring their sight. So needing a 5 here. No, they miss. And that brings us to the end of turn 1. Partisans advancing quickly to try and defend their secret hideout, but their foolhardiness has cost them dearly. A truck being killed, their beloved leader a casualty also, and that another squad has fled off the board, seeing maybe the writing on the wall here. Now, the Soviets are nicely set up in a defensive position. I've got some good cover here, but we do have A couple of squads of veterans armed to the teeth, definitely capable of advancing into range and strafing up his squad. So it's going to be a brutal firefight turn 2. We also have the Cav, although they've taken serious losses as well. Their brave initial charge has cost them 2 pins, and there's only 5 of them left in the squad. So although they're all tough fighters, it now became a totally different situation for charging these Soviet infantry blocks. So we'll have to see if the Soviets wipe out the Partisans and drive them off the board, or if the Partisans manage to start clawing back. Start of turn 2. The Soviet officer orders a snap to action. He calls for the anti-tank rifle team to pull back to safety, advancing and firing as they retreat. And he's going to unleash some fire from this infantry squad as well. So anti-tank rifle first into the cavalry. I'm deciding not to recce, and he misses.
And then the officer's gone.
And he also misses. So then, what are they going for, a fire order, are they? Okay, let me have a think. The Cav are going to grit their teeth and take another burst of fire. I'm chancing it here, but that hard cover's got to help in some way, surely.
10 shots.
It's a fantastic burst. Cav in World War II, what was I thinking?
Force. Oh, that's terrible too.
Okay. There's a chance here, come on. It's 3 pins though, and I've no officer. With one down. Soviet conscript squad advance across the road, lining the wall. They're going to shoot across into the partisan bazooka team. I'm going to stay up and just take it.
That's 2, 3.
Oh no. Oh, they're accurate as well. Right, okay. 5 ups here. Pass 1, fail 1. That's a pin and a leadership. We're okay. Partisan veterans with SMGs advance forward into the woods. Seeing them coming, the regulars are going to switch from preparing to ambush the Cav. Now that they've been beaten up a bit, you can try and shoot these guys up before they get any shots at them. 5 shots on 2s from point blank range.
4 hits.
And 5 on 4s, like the rest of the rifles.
Oh, good burst.
Wow, all hit. Okay, 5s to wound here. 3. And I've got soft cover. Come on. A little bit of luck here. And we've passed 2. We'll only firing back now. This Soviet squad is in the open, but it's going to be 3s and 5s because of the pin. So 3s, 2 hits, and then 5s. 3 hits.
3, 5.
Okay, needing 4s to kill. Come on, lads. 2 dead. Silhouetted by their burning truck, the next squad of veteran partisan fighters advances up towards the Soviet squad on the road. They're going to hose them down with some SMGs. Okay. Seems about right. Kind of lucky. And then 4s again, and this is the kill.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, what a roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many's in the squad, bro? 8. That was good for Dystopian Boss as well. me, JP, and Sam and Will have been playing some classic Dystopian Boss. Leadership check with the officer's support. They're going to make it. Now I should really take the time to rally this cavalry squad, but that 3-man squad sat there looks quite juicy. We can see if we can finish them off. I need a 6 here. And I've no officer support. He died in the burning truck. It's a double 1.
It's always a bloody double 1.
I'm so sorry, JP. Genuinely sorry about that. Okay, well, let's get these guys into combat. So with a roar, the remaining partisan Cav spur their horses into a charge, and it's going to be 4 versus 3. We're tough fighter and the Soviets aren't. I'm black dice, and JP is blue dice.
Ready? I got 2.
I've got 1 so far, but with 3 re-rolls. It's only 2. 2 for 2. So you've got 1 guy left, and we'll have to go for another round.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we can finish you. I've got you.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 Cav remain. 2d6 consolidate. 6 inches. Over on the right flank, we're going to try and pass an order check with this remaining bazooka team member. We get it off. Now he's no loader and he's shooting a shot over into this T20, so it's going to be needing a 5 again. And we miss. The team are taking a shot into the advancing veterans, needing a 3. Gets a hit, needing a 4. Gets a kill. Commissar is going to pop 2 shots from the SMG slung over his back into the cab. He misses with both. T20 advances up the road, hosing into those cavalry there.
2 shots. Missed.
Soviet regulars armed to the teeth with SMGs advance out of their transport. They're going to spray into these veteran guerrilla fighters. 4 shots on 4s first of all.
All of them.
All of them. And then 8 shots on 2s from point blank range.
All of them.
Okay, so every single man is hit with every single shot. He needs 5s now. It's looking good. 4.
4 of them.
This is a fresh squad. I've got a 5 up cover save. Come on. We failed all of them. And that's 4 men wiped out. MCO is going to have to see if he can cling on. Yes, he does. And that brings us to the end of turn 2. Brutal as predicted. I thought we had the upper hand there at the end, but the Soviets, a final burst of units. These SMG dudes just clearing out almost an entire squad of veterans. And now we're back to being outnumbered and outgunned. First dice of turn 3. The Soviet officers going to call out a snap to action once again. This time advancing across the lines with the regular squad and the T20. Officer's going to pop a couple of shots from his pocket pistol into the veterans first of all.
Shot. Oh, missed the try.
It's a miss as well.
Point blank.
Oh yeah, nice. And a kill.
Cover
save. Bounces off a branch. T20 advances over the wall. He's going to shoot the remaining lonely veteran partisan NCO with his LMG. 3s, point blank.
That's 1
hit.
In a 5.
No. Finally, the regulars advance up to form a firing squad with their rifles. On 3s.
Oh, it's terrible.
No, it's not so bad.
5s.
No wounds. It's another Soviet dice, and the regulars with SMGs advance up point blank to my remaining lonely veteran NCO. 12 shots on 2s.
2 misses.
5s needed.
I've got to get him this time. 3.
Come on. 5 up, JP. I can go down, Anna, but it doesn't help, so he does. Next, it's the turn of the anti-tank rifle. I'm not going to wreck your ways, popping a shot into my cav.
Misses.
It's another Soviet dice, and the sniper's going to have a crack at the cavalry this time.
3.
Yeah. The Partisans have a dice. The remaining 2 cavalrymen charge towards the anti-tank rifle squad. At the same time, everyone's regular. I'm black dice, JP's red dice. I've got a kill.
You get to reroll.
Reroll my 1. Come on. Yes, got him. 2d6 consolidate. 9 this time. I can't afford the time to rally. I'm going for a fire order with my veteran guerrilla fighters on 4 pins. They go down. Commissar strides down the road, spraying his SMG from the hip at the cavalry. Needing 5s because he's inexperienced.
Nothing. Jesus Christ.
Inexperienced conscripts advance down the road behind their commissar. They're going to shoot at the cavalry, needing 6s.
That's 1.
That's the 1. Is all they need?
Gets 1.
Gets 1. Okay, that's going to be a leadership check for me.
Ah!
Wow. That's them fleeing off the road. And escaping the battlefield. That's how I'm seeing
what
it.
the regulars couldn't.
So with the second partisan squad of the game fleeing before the Red Army horde of conscripts, we're going to call it there at the end of turn 3 because we're moving straight on to another game. It's a decisive victory for the Soviets. Of course, even if I try to flee behind this bit of obscuring terrain and sit in this neutral table quarter, you'd undoubtedly hunt me down or advance into my table quarter to max out those points. And on the other side of things, he's of course well ahead on kill points. So yeah, partisan camp wiped out. Some survivors fleeing away. Probably these partisans going to be captured. So let's see what we roll up for game 2. So we've gone away, upgraded our armies, and we're ready for round 2. So first of all, let's have a look at what the Soviets have added, if you want to talk us through, JP.
Yeah, so the mighty Commissar has now been upgraded to an inexperienced officer. He's brought his inexperienced squad with him. They've now been upgraded for their bravery in the last battle, so they're now 10-man regular squad. I've given him an LMG and the sergeant an SMG. And then he is also bringing a T20 with 6 regular SMGs. Then the other points I've spent on the original squads. So I've upgraded all the infantry now to veteran. So I've 8-man squad with an LMG veteran, a 7-man squad veteran LMG, 6-man veteran SMGs in a T20, and then the 2 supports will be regular and the regular officer.
So sniper and anti-tank weapon.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, everyone's upgraded, they've learned from the first battle, and now
he's got his own little rifle platoon to lead.
Let's see what the partisans survivors have managed to gather as reinforcements for revenge. So looking at the partisan 750 list, again, just keeping it simple, I've added a recce platoon here of an inexperienced officer with a friend, both with SMGs, and then a truck inexperienced with recce though, and 10 veterans with SMGs riding within. In terms of other news, I had a couple more points spare. So we've got an extra cavalryman there, so we're up to full max squad size. So if we've got pins with no casualties and we fail an order check, we can re-roll it. Just a tiny little bonus, but it's there. And we've also upgraded our 5-man squad. They're the ones who've gone, they fled off to get reinforcements, they've come back and they want revenge. So they've got an extra man with them, their 6-man squad now. And of course they have their trusty LMG. And then of course we still have our car with a bazooka team in it. So all in all, very straightforward upgrades. I'm up to 11 dice now, and you're up to 11 dice as well, I believe.
11 dice, yes.
So it's 11 all. So we've rolled off for mission already, and we got a 6, which means we have another roll off and winner picks the mission. Now I won that roll off, and I thought it would be cool to get revenge and try and kill JP's officer. So I selected Manhunt. I figured the Soviets, it's getting dark, it's getting to the end of the day after the battle, there's no time to safely get back to base. They don't want to patrol on foot through the night in these woods, still thick with partisans. So in that case, they're going to set up a temporary sort of base, I suppose, platoon harbour, you might say, in the old abandoned abbey that they've just taken control of. And now the partisan survivors have managed to make it on foot back to the local town. And they're bringing reserves, they're bringing reinforcements, and they've got one thing on their mind, and that's bloody murder. You join us after deployment. JP gets 5 Soviet units within 12 inches of the centre of the board and 6 in reserve. It's the other way round for me. I'm half my units rounded up, coming on first wave. So I've got 6 units coming on first wave and 5 units also in reserve. It'll be fog of war for reserves. So of course that means we can come in from any table edge, as long as it's not one that an enemy unit has just come on from. So it's going to get spicy as we surround him and come at him from all sides, trying to assassinate that officer. Speaking of the officer, he's deployed inside the tower at the bottom floor. We just count the tower itself as one continuous bell tower with, you know, I guess stairs up the inside of it. And then on top, you can just place as many units as you want. There's a flat roof surrounded by walls on all sides. So JP's opted for his sniper and his anti-tank rifle, his ghetto sniper, in the tower itself. He's also got 2 squads of veterans, both 8-man with a single LMG.
1 7-man.
1 7-man, 1 8-man, lining the wall, and 1 just returning from a patrol around the outer perimeter. I'll be coming on from this table edge for my first wave, but then anything goes from turn 2. So let's get dice in the bag and we'll be back. First dice of turn 1. The Soviet officer gets a warning, a shout from the sniper perhaps, or some intelligence from the returning patrol. But there's incoming partisan forces on his position. So he gives a snap to order, and the veterans holding the entrance to the compound and the anti-tank rifle both go on ambush. Partisans get the next dice, and a squad of regulars with an LMG just dash along the side of a wall and into cover behind this barrage here, out of line of sight. The squad on guard either don't notice them or have good trigger discipline because they choose not to open fire when they can. And it's a good job because next couple of dice, again Partisans. First we brought a truck on behind line of sight, behind this forest here, and then we've snap toed with the next dice, hopped our officer out, but staying behind the line of sight, blocking cover. We don't want to get sniped from that bell tower. And now we're going to unleash 2 squads of 5 veterans with SMGs over into the regular squad guarding the entrance to the Abbey walls. But they are an ambush, so he can unleash essentially 3 squads here if he wants to. Now it's 9 shots from the veterans behind the wall into the veterans in the forest. 9 shots. Solid, nearly 5s. 2, and then a 5 up cover save. And we fail both, and it's a pin on each. Now, of course, we should have hopped these partisan squads out one at a time, but JP, of course, knew he was going to shoot 2 of his ambushing units at one at the other, so really doesn't matter. Now I'll shoot back. It's all the same result. 6 shots from the 3-man squad. Now it's going to be 5s because I've got a pin on me. Curses. It's a great roll, though. I'll take that. And then 4s.
5s, veterans.
Oh, your vets now. Oh, it's 2 more, JP. And then you've got hard cover, though. There's one of them.
I'll decrease that range a little bit
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the 4-man squad. Again, 5s. Again, it's an astounding roll. 5 hits. And then needing 5s to kill. Can we keep it up? Yes, we can. It's 3 more wounds against those veterans behind the wall. Come on, Partisans. Get revenge here. And he fails one of them. So we've managed to get a couple of kills and a couple of pins. I'm happy with that. All of our reserve dice have been pulled and put down from the bag. So now it's just the final partisan dice of the turn. And we're running on up the board 18 inches. And we're just nicely lined up just inside the edge of the compound. JP does, however, have 2 units on ambush. He's got his officer hidden away in the tower, and he's got this veteran squad just in the edge of the compound there. They're going to shoot at the cav as they come on the board. So, what have you got?
Officer first, 2 shots. Both hit. And then the rifles.
Probably should have used the dice tray for that, but never mind.
So 6 total. That's a 4.
Okay, am I getting a cover save on now?
Yeah, soft colour.
6s, isn't it? Yeah. -1 for being on cav, boys. And of course, not past any of those, so 4 of my cav will die. And with that, it is the end of turn 1. Partisans taking a couple more casualties coming on than the Soviets have taken defending the compound. Now it's fog of war, so we can start coming on from any table edge with our reserves. I'm sure JP's got some cunning plans to defend his officer, but I've got revenge in mind, JP. I'm coming for you. First dice of turn 2 is Soviet. The officer's going to declare a snap to. He himself is going to fire down with his SMG from the bell tower into the cavalry. He's put 1 of his squads on ambush, the veterans defending the entrance, and then he's going for a fire order on the veterans on the edge of the compound. I'm not going to wreck you here. Officer going first. Gets a hit.
In the foot.
Gets a wound. 5 up.
6 up.
Oh yeah, 6 up of course. One dead. Now for the veteran squad, shooting across into my 3-man guerrilla fighter veterans. 10 shots on 4s. Getting excited.
Good hit though.
Very good hit.
5. No.
None. Oh, one. 5 up cover. Come on. I've not got the wall in the way, have I? No, nothing. It's another Soviet dice. In fact, he's had 2. He failed to come on from reserve with 1 squad of veterans on foot. Now he's brought on a T20 from my table edge, just right up in the face, point blank of my officer. He's going to try and get him with 2 shots.
Yeah, 2 shots. Need 3s.
This is with both. Next dice is Partisans. I'm going for a snap 2. With my officer just in the nick of time. We're going for a run. First of all, we're going to charge this T20, get the guys out. I may well win that combat, but then I've given an advance order to my officer and my other squad. Hopefully they'll finish the job. Fingers crossed, because
2-bar face, please.
Things are not going well so far. Okay, so officer's got to pass his order. Oh, he's fine. He doesn't have an order check to pass, so it's straight onto these guys. Do I get it? Yes, I do. Oh my gosh. Right, okay. So we'll hop out of the transport and we'll have a little duel. So it's all veterans, all tough fighters, but it's 6 Soviets versus 4 Partisans. Right, JP's on the left here. Not 1 for me.
2 so far.
2 in total. No, you've wiped the squad. Now my officer's advancing and firing with those SMGs. He's got 3 hits. And now he needs 5s to wound these guys. JP's bringing the best. We've got 1 wound. He's passed it. And then we've essentially got the same again with this squad here. If they can pass an order check. Do a little 10. 2 plus 2. We're okay because they're veterans. You can stand still with these veterans and just shoot into these veterans once again. Veteran on veteran action. It's 3 hits. Okay, so a point blank and a pin there. So overall, it's 2 wounds.
Okay. 4 cover save.
Yeah.
Makes 1.
Makes 1, fails 1. A regular truck full to the brim with Partisans comes hurtling down the road from the other side of the Abbey. We're risking it for the biscuit, lads. We need another dice now. Okay, so we've hopped out 10 men, point blank range and angry, backed up by an inexperienced officer and a friend, both armed, or everyone's armed with SMGs, not a sacrificial rifleman amongst them. Right, JP, let's see if we can give you the beams. Okay, so it's 20 dice on 2s here from the SMGs. Fair few 1s in the centre there. I think it's 5 in total, wow. Okay, but not complaining because it's still 15 hits. Now, you're not getting any cover here because you're on the wrong side of the wall from your opinion. Okay, so wounding on 5s here. Come on, lads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dead, I believe.
Okay.
Okay, leadership check. He's okay. Now 4 shots from my officer. He has 2 hits. It's -1 to hit because he's inexperienced. That 2 doesn't manage it. It is 1 wound though, and that's another dead, no cover. And that Soviet veteran squad's down to 2 men, just an NCO and an LMG without a loader. 2 pins to boot. Dice is Soviet. The anti-tank rifle team are going to pop a shot down into the cavalry. 3, 4, sorry. That's the hit.
+1, counts
yeah.
1.
And no cover from that. Oh, I do have cover. I'm still majority in soft cover. That's nice. So a 6. Come on. Yay! It's another Soviet dice. The veterans who were disembarked from the transport, they didn't actually have to activate at any point. So they're going to push forward into this bit of woods here, try and assassinate my officer. On an 8. Oh, just about.
Yeah,
Soviet veterans advance into point blank of the officer. They've still got a pin on them, so it's going to be 3s at point blank.
Oh, it's shocking.
Oh, wow. There's a chance he's regular. 3 wounds, though.
3 wounds.
Soft cover. We made 2. Nice. Okay, his mate's dead. Go me. We're okay. Unfortunately for my officer, it's another Soviet dice, and that sniper is going to shoot down at him from the bell tower. 3. Yes!
God damn it.
Next dice is Partisan. The squad hidden behind the barrage just advance through the gap in the fence to point blank this Soviet squad on the other side of the road. Now, JP is in ambush, and he's going to unleash that ambush at this Partisan squad before they can open fire.
So how many's in point blank lessons? Because that's the LMG at the end, isn't it?
Yeah. Sure, LMG's in point blank and probably a rifleman. Maybe not. No, just the LMG.
So just the LMG, and you've got 2 guys.
Okay, JP's LMG's in point blank, so that's 4 shots on 3s because of his pin. Oh.
2.
And then 3 shots on 5s from the rifleman. Another 1, 3 in total.
And these are regs.
Yeah.
It gets 1.
Okay. I've got an LMG and a rifle in point blank. I'm pinned as well now, so it's 3s I need. Wow, 1 hit from the point blank models. 2 more shots on 5s because of the pin. 1 more. Now you are in hardcover, so this isn't ideal. 1 wound. See if you can do it. Yeah, he survives, but with a pin. These Soviet veterans behind the wall really are making a heroic defence, but as they turn their backs on the main fight for a second to engage in this vicious firefight across the road, the cavalry prepare themselves for a charge. Now we just need to pass an order check, but our officer is within 6 inches. Come on now, lads. Oh, it's a double 1, mate!
I mean, honestly.
Okay, so we'll be fighting at the same time because it's an open charge. Okay, it's going to be an interesting clash, this one, as 5 regular cavalry, but with tough fighter, face off against 5 veterans, but they're not tough fighter. They only get 1 jab. Okay, JP, I'm on the right, you're on the left. Let's do this. I've killed 2, that's cocked.
I've killed 1, so it's fine.
I've killed 3 and then, wow, they wanted it. The inexperienced Soviet officer advances on my table edge. No longer. He's almost cleared me out now. He needs to fire 2 shots on 3s because he's inexperienced point blank. Gets 2 hits. This is on my officer. No wounds, double 1. This guy. Yeah, amazing. T20 rides on an advance from reserve right next to my regulars, but he's ignoring those. He's going to shoot across on my veterans in the soft cover over here.
Need 5s.
Oh, double hit, nice. 5s to wound.
No.
But it is a pin. Next, my bazooka in regular car, just about past its order check. Glad I spent the points on a regular transport. Races up just behind this wall here. Danger close to his T20, full of regular. So we're going to pull the second to last dice now. It's a big one. Pull it on camera. He gets to go first. That's perfect timing. Curses. Regulars with SMGs have hopped out. I don't think there's any cover there, but I'm just glad he didn't go for my bazooka squad, although now they're out of the transport, he's much less of a threat to them. So, 12 shots point blank, is it, JP?
Yeah, 2.
Yikes.
A couple of 1s.
4s, though. You can absolutely rinse me here, I think. And yeah, that squad is just absolutely deleted. The bazooka is also going to switch targets now that that T20 on the barrage is empty. I'm going to try and pop this one in the rear at point blank range. So I think he's the biggest threat to me, essentially, being this side of the wall. We get the hit. Pen 6 in the back. We're just about. It's pen 5 anyway, but it's a 7.
It's over 7, yeah.
6-5, so yeah. And we knock him out. That's good. And with the T20 exploding into flames, it is the end of turn 2. Wow. Now, of course, my truck flees off. His veterans are closer than mine. It's even Stevens on this flank. Now, he's got 3 veterans. I've got a regular officer, 2 veterans, and a bazooka. Of course, you do have your inexperienced officer as well. So it's lots of little squads just spraying SMGs, throwing grenades at each other over in the Abbey grounds on this side of the board. In the centre, of course, we saw the Partisans with a surprise attack once we diverted the Soviets' attention. It was all part of the plan, JP. We've managed to take the sort of entrance and the compound around the abbey. Now we just need to charge in there and capture his officer. However, he does have more reinforcements coming to save the day. The cavalry have arrived and they wiped out a squad on their way into action. And of course, he does still have an 8-man veteran, 10-man regular with an LMG and an SMG in reserve, whereas all my reserves have come on the board. So we'll get dice in the bag and we'll be back turn 3. First dice of turn 3. The officer's doing a snap 2 for the Soviets. He himself has advanced up to the roof of the tower to accompany the sniper and the anti-tank rifle team. And he's then going to order, well, he himself is going to shoot down with his SMG into these cavalry. And then we'll see what else he does.
Okay. So 2 shots, 2 hits.
I don't think within point blank there.
That's a 1.
Yeah, stop a bit now. 1 wound. Yeah. And no cover save from that. Next, the anti-tank rifle team is going to shoot down into the cavalry. The sniper's going to be shooting my other officer if he can.
Yeah, so anti-tank rifle.
Misses. And sniper on my officer.
Hit.
It's a hit. And he's regular, so he kills him, yeah. Kills my officer. Next dice is also Soviet. He's going to try and pass an order check with his vets on 1 pin. 2 men remaining here. Ah, it's an 11. He goes down. Oh no. Next dice is Partisan, and we're going for a snap 2 with our officer on the roadside. He's going to order the cavalry to clear the way by charging into these 2 veterans here, and then these regulars, they can run into the bell tower essentially, although they can't charge the officer this turn. They're gonna have to fight their way up onto the rooftop next turn. The Partisan cavalry pass their order check and charge into the beleaguered Soviet veterans. I'll have 4 dice, re-rolling with Tough Fighter, killing on 5s. He's killing on 5s. JP's on the left here. I've got 1 to none. Don't need the Tough Fighter, but we do it anyway. Finish you off. And then 2d6 consolidate. And it's 7. And with the way cleared by the cavalry, the veterans can just run roughly 10 inches around the side and into the front door of the bell tower. Using the burning T-20 for cover, the Soviet veterans advance into point-blank range of my bazooka team. It's going to be 6 shots on 2s. Okay, 6 shots on 2s. Hitting 4s. Oh, they live somehow. Wow. Just a pin. Through the drifting smoke of the burning T-20, 2 guerrilla fighters spot a Soviet officer's uniform and decide to hose him up with their SMGs. It's 2 hits, 1 hit, needing a 3. We get the kill, and then soft cover. No. Gunning him down. Upon closer inspection, they realise it's not the leader they came for. The fight continues. With SMG fire kicking up dirt all around them, the bazooka team hurriedly reload another rocket. They're going to shoot back point blank range into these Soviet veterans. Come on, lads. We get the hit just about. Okay, 2 to kill 1. We get the kill, blowing 1 apart. Drawn to the sound of rocket fire and SMGs, a squad of Soviet regulars stumble onto the battlefield from reserve. And they're going to line this rockets team up for a firing squad. He's got 2 SMG shots on 2s.
Both hit. 11 on 3s.
11 on 3s. It's not looking good for the bazooka team.
Should that last time.
This time they get him. T-20 advances across the road. He's going to spray his LMG at the Soviet Partisan cavalry.
In 3s for point blank.
3s for point blank. 2 hits.
And 4's kill.
Oh, 1 dead. Nothing I can do about that. Soviet regulars advance behind their T-20. They're going to spray their SMGs at that cavalry. 12 shots. 4s, is it?
4s, yeah. It's pretty bad.
That's good for me.
4 hits.
Lots to wound. He's done well there. And I've got a 5 up cover save from the wall. And we passed 1.
2.
2 dead. Oof. Only got 1 guy left. Just the NCO. 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gone. Cavalry are going to dash off. Live to fight another day. And with the cav fleeing off into the forest, it is the end of turn 3. And the Soviets have effectively cleared most of the grounds of the abbey here. I've got 2 veterans over here. They've just assassinated this guy. But they're outnumbered quite significantly by enemy forces. And we've got more Soviets advancing towards the abbey. We've got this NCO, this platoon commander here, and his truck, probably going to claim he's just delivering bread or something like that on his way from the market. Nothing to do with me, officer. But, yeah. But really, he is, of course, the getaway vehicle for our veteran guerrilla fighters who have made it inside the tower. So next turn, they're going to be able to charge out of here, charge that officer, and hopefully capture him and kill him off. But it's essentially, at this point, a one-way mission because they are just surrounded on all sides by Soviet forces. So we'll get the dice in the bag and we'll see who gets the first one. First dice of turn 4, and it is Soviet. He's gone for a snap 2 with his commanding officer up on the roof of the abbey. Now, he's given 2 run orders. He's commanding in the name of the motherland.
Stalin himself
has ordered this. Yeah. Sniper team and the anti-tank team to heroically charge in to try and clear out the 10-man guerrilla fighter squad from the bell tower down below. Beneath them, they can hear the cries, the sound of pins being pulled from grenades. So they're going to rush in, sell their lives dearly. So first of all, I guess I'm in a defensive position here.
We're fine
at the same time. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'll be on the right, JP can be on the left. First assault.
It's the anti-tank team first, charging headlong for Stalin himself.
Swinging that heavy anti-tank rifle over their heads.
I'll get 2 kills.
2 beaten down by the guerrillas, of course. Gun them down as they charge down the bell tower steps. Okay.
Next is the sniper.
Next is the sniper.
Clubs on the ready. I'll get another 2.
Yes, another 2. Oh, I only get 2 myself. Fortunately, I managed to wipe the squad out, but that was close. Guerrilla fighters are shook by these charges. So I've only got 6 left in the squad. You sure you don't want to charge?
No, he's going to wait for the ambush as you come up the stairs.
Let's pull the next dice. And with a roar, the partisan fighters charge up to the roof of the bell tower. Now, the officer is standing ready with his SMG pointed at the hatch. He's going to unleash a hail of lead, and then he's going to try and negotiate for his life, perhaps. If it's gold you want, it's yours. But we'll see. Okay, so JP's got 2 shots from his SMG here.
On 2's point blank.
2's point blank. He's grinding me down.
Oh, he misses with 1.
Misses with 1. Hits with another.
Needing a 5. Oh, he gets it.
1 partisan. Gunned down as he clambers up the ladder.
You sure you want to take this fight on, Johnny?
As you're pausing to reload, more clamber up onto the
5
rooftop.
Gone.
I know there's going to be retribution for this in the local town, but
I'm going to slay them all.
Okay, 5 guys left for 1.
He gets a kill.
He gets another. Manages to slam another mag into that MP40 just in time. But we get him up. We get him with a quick headshot. Okay, and that's it. Maybe a grenade chucked through the hatch. He keeps spraying at that hatch. Chuck a grenade through, and it's dealt with. Okay, GG, my friend.
Yeah, it was very close at the end.
Yeah, that was cool. Really good. You had it cleared out up here. But meanwhile, in the bell tower, it's just sound of grenades, gunshots, desperate firefight.
I just needed that rifle squad on a turn early, and I think it would
that's it. If you'd got those guys on, it could have been very different because you could have got a good angle on me. But 1-1. And we said we were going to an accumulator up to 1,000 points. So an accumulator we shall do. We'll do it next week and have a grand finale. 1-1 so far. So, and we'll do 1,000 points, perhaps. Big table. See what we do. What did you think of the smaller game size?
I'm liking the smaller game sizes actually. We're getting 2-3 games done. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it? Very fun.
It's a bit more in your face as well.
It's just like, I don't know, the playing at 1250 feels like, you know, big battles all the time. That's super epic and stuff like that. I think 750 is a comfortable skirmish size. Very, very fun.
And the fact we're ranking up our guys as well. I know it's
like leveling up the squads and stuff. Yeah, you're doing that thematically, aren't you? You've upgraded your inexperience to regs, your regs to vets.
Have 2 inexperienced officers now. They've both been captured.
Yeah, yeah. 1 gun down in the woods.
And 1 maybe bribes his way.
Yeah, who knows? We'll find out.
We have you surrounded ourselves, boy.
Maybe he can talk his way out of this. So I think we'll wrap it up.
Your life for mine.
Yeah, yeah. For my life, for the lives of your families. So what we'll do is we will see you guys next week, I suppose. If you've enjoyed the video and you like what we do down here, make sure you give us a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on all of our weekly bolt action content. A huge thank you to our channel members. You really help us out and keep us going, keep us creative. This was actually suggested by a channel member, Tiki. Shout out to Tiki. He said we should do some 500, 750 point games, and we thought we shall take you up on that idea. So thank you for that, Tiki.
Let us know if you enjoyed them.
Yeah, let us know if you enjoyed the battle report. Now, I guess we won't waffle on any further, so we hope you found this video interesting and entertaining. This has been the Scholar Progenium. Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.